Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Neca, Defenders of the Earth, Mandrake the Magician. I've been looking forward to this guy for a long time. Ever since the first series of Defenders of the Earth figures came out, the T-Series 2, and I swear that was well over a year ago. I'm excited for this guy for two reasons. Number one, Defenders of the Earth is pretty cool, and Mandrake's a really cool looking figure. And number two, he can double up as Zatara in my action figure world. Zatara is Zatanna's father, an old school member of the Justice League in the DC universe, so he's going to fill the role of two different characters in my collection. I found this guy at Target today. I've seen online people find him at Target stores for about a month. He finally hit my area. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, Defenders of the Earth, Neca, Mandrake the Magician. He comes with a magic cane, laser blaster, and blast effect. Here he is in the package, just like it says, the blaster effect, and his cane. One side of the package, Defenders of the Earth. Other side, not too much going on. He is the fourth figure in the Defenders line. The bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode, in case it helps anybody. And on the back side, here's the checklist of all the figures. Here are the two newest ones. Here's Series 1. And here is Mandrake. So no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we get this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He comes with 3 alternate hands, totaling 5 interchangeable hands, a blaster, 3 different blast effects, and his cane. But before we take a look at those, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Mandrake from Defenders of the Earth. But more importantly, in my collection, he's going to be Zatara. He's a member of the Justice League, old school style, and he's the father of Zatara. So let's take a look at him. Starting with his head here, he's got that classic magician look, top hat, thin mustache, one eyebrow cocked up. Sculpt is excellent on this guy. Going further down, he's in a black suit, red vest, white shirt, little something in his pocket here. Buttons, sculpted details excellent, dress slacks, single jointed knees, double jointed elbows done in that sort of ugly Neca style. I really think they could find a better way to do that. Dress shoes. His cape is red on the inside, black on the outside. It has sort of bendy wire on the edge there so you can make it take different forms. A little tail off his jacket there. Overall, very good looking figure. Really happy I got one. And just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Old school, classic, traditional magician. And here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with his hands. He's got a total of 5 hands, 3 left hands, 2 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here he is with his next pair of hands. These are both a couple of gripping hands. Looks like one has a trigger finger for his weapon. And he's got one additional left hand. It's sort of an open hand. Looks like maybe he could be doing some magic stuff with that hand. Now let's look at his cane, which is probably my favorite of his accessories. It works great for Mandrake as well as Zatara. It's a black staff at the bottom, the top. It's got a little crystal. Looks pretty nice. Here's Mandrake holding his staff. And the staff is just a little bit too short that you can't quite hold it like this. You could sort of fudge it for a shot or two. Now let's look at his blaster and blast effects. So he's got this blaster here. It's blue. Pretty nice sculpt. Paint job's pretty cool. Metallic blue. Then he has these 2 different effects. One here when it's just shooting out of his blaster. And then he has this longer one. Has a point of impact where it's going to hit something. Here he is, holding his blaster. Then, with a smaller blast effect, like he's just starting to shoot. Then, with this larger blast effect, you can see the point of impact on the brick wall there. It can also double up pretty good as a freeze ray. It's got a semi-transparent blue blast effect. Looks like ice. Here's Captain Cold shooting the Flash with his freeze gun. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his top hat, standing at about 7.0 inches tall. which can translate to just under 18 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here. Of course, you can rotate from side to side. Look up and down, not very much. Can tilt his head from side to side a little bit. Shoulders on a ball joint. Goes out a little bit less than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got double jointed elbows. They go all the way in. There is rotation at the top as well as the bottom. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. His torso seems to be one solid piece. His waist, he does have a ball joint rotate forward and back just a littlest bit. Most of the waist swivel there. Legs, they go out this far. Don't fully do the splits. Ball joints, rotation, minimal. His legs go forward that far. Back, not too much. Single jointed knees below that with rotation. And his ankles here. Rotate, forward and back, tiniest bit. Tilt, rock, and he's got toe articulation. Here's Zatara performing on stage. Sometimes Zatara performs by himself, sometimes with his daughter Zatanna. Here's Zatara backstage, talking to Bruce Wayne. This is during that 7-year period where Bruce is traveling around the world, training to become Batman. Zatara's teaching him about illusions and hiding, escaping, etc. His daughter Zatanna, always watching from around the corner, she had a huge crush on Bruce Wayne. Now let's check them out, next to some of their action figures, starting off with some other Neca Defenders of the Earth figures. Here he is, next to Lothar. These guys are the second wave of Defenders of the Earth. And here he is, next to these first wave of Defenders figures, Phantom, Flash Gordon, and Ming. Add in Lothar, and this is the complete collection of Neca's Defenders of the Earth. There is one more coming, Garrick's, and I believe, at least here in America, it's a Neca Toy Store exclusive. Then, with the Neca original superheroes figures, Phantom, Flash Gordon, and Ming. And now, here he is, next to the Flash Gordon and Ming 2-pack. Here's the entire collection of Neca, Defenders of the Earth, and Flash Gordon figures. So not only can this guy be used as Mandrake from Defenders of the Earth, that's what he actually is, but he can definitely be used as Zatara from your DC universe. He should fit in great with DC Direct figures, McFarlane figures, and even really DC Universe classics. Here he is, next to his daughter, Zatanna. Zatanna is a little bit more, I guess, well known and recognized in the modern day on Earth for DC, but Zatanna, Zatara, having both of them, it's really cool. They look great together. Here's Zatara, next to a few different McFarlane DC Multiverse, a little more classic, traditional looking heroes. Batman, Superman, Martian Manhunter. Now, he might be a hair too small for them, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not super picky. I think they look great together, and I'm really happy to have this character. Add in a few more sort of traditional, iconic, classic looking heroes. Fits in pretty nice with them. He's going to look great with the upcoming Jake Garrick Flash they just revealed today. I always thought he looked really cool with Dr. Fate. I guess it's because of that episode of Young Justice where he put on the helmet of fate and it took him over. Really hurt his daughter. Here's a little head swap with that Dr. Fate and Mandrake. We've got Zatara wearing the helmet of fate. I think he looks really cool next to some of these other Neca heroes. We got the Michael Keaton Batman and the Christopher Reeves Superman. Just a really nice aesthetic, the three of them together. And here he is, next to some Mattel figures. We have the old Buckethead Jake Garrick Flash, and then we have a Linda Carter Wonder Woman. Just some older style Justice League heroes. He looks good with them. All the other Mattel figures, so a little bit smaller than Neca. Now let's check him out. Next to some action figures from different various companies to see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise. In case you want which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Neca figure, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his Neca brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figures, all from Neca Toys, all 7-inch scale. And here's Mandrake, next to even more Neca figures. And now, next to some Jack-specific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then, with some McFarlane toys. And here he is, standing with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is, with some Mayfix figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, he's a very nice figure. He has that Neca style to him. Articulation is a little bit limited, but it's pretty good. Sculpt and paint job are excellent. The figure looks great. Lacks a little bit in functionality. I was so little when watching Defenders of the Earth, I don't have a lot of memories of it. The main reason I got this guy is for Zatara, and he looks amazing and is going to fit that bill just very nicely. He scales up about perfect with DC Direct stuff, fudgeable with McFarlane or with DC Universe Classics. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a solid 8 out of 10. Now I know my rating system is not exactly consistent, but I'm feeling really good about this guy right now. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.